Special thanks to Toy Dojo for sponsoring this video. You can find this figure and more at toydojo.com. Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Today's video I'll be reviewing this. This is Hephaestus Set D, the final set from NewAge Legendary Heroes to form the combiner Hephaestus, aka Devastator. And here he is in package with a very cool looking rendition of the original G1 toy box art. Very nice. Side, you can see the combine mode and the components that are included inside. And here is the back of the box where you can see all the other figures used to form Hephaestus. And the other side of the box, let's get them open up. Here is set D out of the package, and it comes with the instruction sheet, basically instructions to transform the individual robots to the combiner pieces and then subsequently combine him. As you can see, these take 2 batteries. One is an LR66 for the head and 2 LR41s for the gun. And speaking of the gun, here's the gun that he comes with. You can see a little speaker hole there with the screws to remove to install the batteries. And the main component, which becomes a bulk of Hephaestus or Devastator. I don't know, I don't mind this. To be honest, I'd rather have individual robots and vehicle modes that work very well, and I don't really mind my combiner parts form. Now I do have the MMC Bruticus, which has that all-in-one design, so no parts forming at all. But I think that works very well because it is a Masterpiece scale figure. Now this is Legend scale, so a lot smaller than Masterpiece, smaller than Chug. And at this scale, I'm very much okay with this type of parts forming to have the outcome of a very cool looking combined robot. Okay, let's get the batteries installed on this guy. So there's a screw here on the back of the head. You basically unscrew that part and take this panel off to install the battery. And then for the gun, there's 3 screws here. Once you get the screws out, you're going to pull the front part out like so. And then you should be able to separate the 2 panels. Now, unfortunately, I wasn't able to find the proper batteries here locally. I do have them on order. Now, later in the day after I shot most of the review for this guy, I actually found batteries for him. So I got 2 batteries installed in his head. The 2 batteries that I found locally was this Duracell 377-376. 2 of them in the head, and the button is here on the side. And if you press it, can see the eyes light up. It's not super bright, I guess, but if I take out the visor and put it in, it's a little bit more prominent, but it's there. I also did find batteries for the gun. It's 2 of these Energizer 392s, and the button is right here. You press on it. Now this light is a lot brighter, and you can hear the sound. Very nice touch to have some electronics, both lights and sounds. And let's put his gun in his hand. And like I said, I prefer the visor, so let's put that out and turn on the lights. And there you have NewAge Devastator, fully combined with all of his electronics functional, thanks to some batteries. Okay, here I have set D with all the other prior sets, so let's just get these guys combined. And here is NewAge Hephaestus Combine, aka Devastator, and I think he looks awesome. I really love how solid this figure feels, and I guess it really has to do that the main body is its own piece, which gives him a very solid feel. In fact, I have Magic Square Menasor, and this guy feels way more stable than Magic Square Menasor does. One neat feature about the head, besides it lighting up if I had batteries, is that you can lift this part up and push the visor down, and you can have this other look for Devastator without the visor, which is kind of neat. But personally, I like the look of it with the visor, so I'm going to leave it like that. Overall, very nice, clean robot mode, even in the back. I kind of wish this surface was a little bit bigger to put a more prominent Decepticon sticker on. But other than that, really no complaints. Let's put his gun in his hand. So there's a little tab here that goes into the slot, so he can hold his gun. And again, his gun is able to light up if I did have the batteries, and also make sound. The button is right here for that. And I'm so pumped with getting into Legends collecting. I know I kind of went crazy with my first few acquisitions, but man, I really can't wait to see what NewAge puts out. I can't wait for their upcoming Optimus Prime and Ultra Magnus. I think they look pretty awesome. Moving on to articulation of the figure, the head is on a ball joint and can rotate all the way around. The arms, both arms can lift up at the shoulder. This one can lift just a little bit more. And of course they can rotate 360. This piece can get out of the way so that it can provide the proper clearance, which is very cool. He can bend at the elbow this much, and I think he has a little bit more than a 90-degree bend. And he has this nice little feature that this piece moves as it goes up and down. He can rotate at the elbow 360. His hand can rotate 360 and go up and down like so. And you can see a lot of articulation with the fingers, a ball joint on the thumb, and 3 points of articulation on each finger, with the end here being a ball joint. He does have ab crunch. He can rotate at the waist 360. He can do the splits. He can rotate at the thigh 360. He can kick this far up, and as you can see, this panel does lift when you do raise the leg. There is a rear panel here, so he can kick this far back. He does have 2 points of bend at the knee. Again, really cool feature here where as the knee moves, this mechanism does as well. And he does have ankle tilt. Very well articulated figure and a very solid build of a combiner, in my opinion. And for some size comparisons in combine mode, here is NewAge Devastator next to NewAge Prowl in vehicle mode, NewAge Megatron, NewAge Dirge, NewAge Jazz, MechFan Toys Astro Train, NewAge Soundwave, and Magic Square Perceptor. And last but not least, here is NewAge Devastator next to Magic Square Menasor. Now, as you can see, Devastator is, I guess, slightly shorter. Menasor comes a little bit taller just because of these horns. They kind of scale well. It's just that the cars for Menasor doesn't scale too well with the NewAge cars. But in combine mode, I think they work pretty well together. Now, as I was saying, NewAge Devastator is a solid figure. I know this is kind of the silly shake test, but like if you can see Menasor, this leg is very loose, and it's not. I wish they put it on a ratchet joint instead because of all the weight that it holds. Now, NewAge is not on a ratchet joint on this end, but on the bottom end it is, so that's kind of nice. And then, of course, mainly this arm is not as tight as I liked it to be. This seems a little more fragile in my opinion. It looks really good, and I do have to say, well, it is the best Legends Menasor out there in my opinion. because right now it's the only one. But I'm really looking forward to seeing how NewAge does their Menasor. I know they have that planned down the line. My final thoughts on NewAge Hephaestus, aka Devastator. Overall, very pleased with the figure. I think as a whole, it looks really great. Very true to the G1 design, and I think it's a very solid combiner. In fact, it feels a lot more solid than my Magic Square Menasor. I know that the core of the body is a separate piece, and some folks may not like that, especially with MMC. There's that all-in-one design, but for me at this scale, I find it perfectly acceptable, especially since the individual robot modes are not sacrificed. Well, individual robot and vehicle modes are not sacrificed, and I would prefer them to be good individually. Overall, them being not so great, but a really great combiner mode. This to me is kind of like the best of both worlds. Anyway, that is it for this video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and thanks for watching.
If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe. Follow us on social media and check out our Discord. Links in the description below.